All right, today I got a different kind of video, kind of like a product analysis, kind of like a deep dive. Honestly, probably more like a shallow dive. But today I'm going to be analyzing the merits, not even the merits, but I'm kind of going to analyze D30s, which is a product that most of you have probably never really heard of. Spindown D30s versus the D20s, Spindowns from Magic that we all know and love. And I'm pretty sure there's not a video covering this, but I'm gonna drop it today. And then when people inevitably bite me, I might even drop a diss song on them. But here we go. So one thing I do, and I'll get into this. Yeah, these D20s, we all love the D20s because, like, you know, for those who don't know, like, these RPG dice, you'll roll them and then you can get a random number. But that's not how it works with the spin downs. You're not even supposed to roll these spin downs, countdowns, whatever you want to call them, because they're not equally balanced. Same thing goes with the D30s. But we love these spin down D20s because, like, you know, they spin down. You can spin them and count them down. So 20 is that symbol. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect mathematical symmetry. Gotta love it. So, like, if you had, like, a regular D20, the numbers would be all over the place. You'll be fumbling with them, trying to find the right number that you need to be on. And then one little trick that I have that I don't see anybody else doing but me, but, like, you know, they sell these things to hold your dice. But one little trick that I found to do is get a little piece of foam and then carve you out a nice little cozy place to put your D20s, which is what I'm going to have to do with these D30s. Because, so first of all, these D30s, they're just a tad bit bigger than the D20s. So let's get a ruler. Try to measure these. Can't find a practical ruler, so I'll just use this. Yeah, so centimeters and something. So this is coming up like 3/4 of an inch, and the D20 comes up about like 5/8 of an inch versus 6/8 of an inch. So not much difference in their size. And then let's do a roll test on these things. Like, no, just place it on the mat. Place it on a typical mat type of thing. And then see if it rolls. See, like that roll, you can't depend on this to be your spin down on the table. But you can depend on the D20. Well, dang it. Okay, just rolling it like a light little drop like that. It's not going to go all crazy on you. But let's see what happens with the D30 spin down. It goes all crazy. Same. So let's do a very light drop. Okay, so very light drop. You can drop that 13 and then it'll stay 13. Let's see what happens trying to make this 3 stay a 3. It's not, yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is this has way more roll on it. You can't really use this as a counter without any kind of extra support like I'm doing with the foam. Okay. But anyway, okay, and outside of that, this is the main point of this video, is as we saw with the D20, everything perfectly spins down. You can track with your finger or whatever. You can just roll it around. It's going to go from 20, count you all the way down to 1. No problem. But one thing I noticed with this D30, which these are not common at all. So you'll have to really hit the internet up to find these, honestly. But your locals might have them, but I doubt it. But we're going 30, 29, 28, 27, which is different than the spin down because you got to go all the way over here. But not that bad. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. So if this were like the D20s, the 17 would definitely be touching the 16. Unfortunately, it's not. You have to flip the dice all the way around to get to the 16. Not even directly opposite of the 17 is the 16. It's kind of like on the same side, kind of. It's really on the same hemisphere as the 17. So what I went ahead and did is with these numbers that messes up the spin down, that mess up the adjacency of the numbers spinning down naturally, I colored them in. First, I'll color them in with a pen. Like, I have some Sharpies. I'm sure the Sharpies will work better, but I have some Sharpies in here versus where I use it with the pen. The pen is kind of all over the bag. That's no good. The pen will come off, but you kind of got to have a Sharpie. I think a Sharpie would stick. But all right, anyway, we went from 17. No, we went to 16 to 15 all the way over here. Then we're seeing where the spin down goes again. So the 15, the 14 doesn't connect. So, you got to go all the way over to the other side for the 14. Yeah, the 14 is almost half around, but it's right here. And then from there, which I colored it so you can see, like, that's when you're not going to have a natural spin down. But then from here, you can pretty much get adjacency out of this dice. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much adjacent just on the point. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so the reason why I got these dice in the first place is because I am designing a game that probably will use 30 units of measure. And I think I'm going to make the max 30. So it'll be nice to just have a D30 spin down, especially versus a D30 non-spin down. So people got to look all over the place for the number. But with the main point of this video is that there are spin down D30s out there. My boy told me there are no D40 spins downs in the world, and he seems to be pretty informed about D&D type dice, RPG dice. So yeah, so one tip and trick I got you 2 tips and tricks is to use foam, especially with the D30. You're not going to want this, and even if you wanted to use it in your Commander deck or your, what's that other format? Not Pioneer, but the other one, the fake Commander. Brawl deck, in your Brawl deck, I don't know if the life is 30 or what, but if the life were 30, then this would be a cool thing to get. And if I were you, like I do, is color in the ones that make it not a true spin down. So instead of looking all over the place, you can be like, hey, this one is colored, so this is the next number in line after the natural spin down, which 16 goes first, 15 is not connected, and 14 is not connected. Then 13 on down is pretty much connected by at least a point, vertex, whatever you want to call it. And then again, just to illustrate again, the roll test, you kind of drop them lightly. That D30 is going to go all over the place. So you don't want to just really have it on the surface by itself. That's why you get a piece of foam or something to hold it in place while you're doing your thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent to what I got. And then one more tip, you don't want to color the dark dice with the dark color. That doesn't really work. You can color a red dice with the dark ink Sharpie, but if you're coloring a dark dice, color it with something like a red that's gonna let it stand out like that. Yeah, so yeah, I hope that helps people, because it sure helped me. There are D30s out there. You got to look for them. And if Brawl uses D30s, that would be a lick. All right. It's Foyo Games. I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe. We ain't going to do peace. We're going to do Tuvok. Later. Gators. Like, comment, subscribe again.